Kind of man or woman buys an island packet?
From my experience and the people that I've met, it seems like people that have been successful in business. Most of the people have had a smaller boat before, and some have had smaller island packets before and stepped up to the 439. It's been a mix of elderly couples that want to go off cruising, say to the Bahamas or the Chesapeake. Have been the two venues that I've heard owners talking about wanting to take their boats to. And then the other typical owners that I've had have got middle-aged families, grown-up families, families that are starting a family of their own now, or kids that are starting a family of their own, and most of the people that I've been associated with have not had great aspirations of taking the boats, across the pond, as we call it, which is the Atlantic, or one or two have mentioned about taking their boats to the Caribbean. But again, as I mentioned earlier, the Chesapeake seems to be a very popular venue for quite a few of the new owners that I've had experience with. And then three of the owners were all from the Boston area. I took one boat all the way up with the owner to Hingham, Massachusetts, through the Cape Cod Canal, and that. We had a great trip on that boat.
And they're looking for a safe boat, or they're looking for a quality boat.
Yes, they're looking for particularly those with younger family members or with their sons and daughters or whatever that are about to have children of their own. They feel that the Island Packet 439 is a very safe, comfortable boat, and it's going to be a safe boat if they get in any weather, for thinking about the safety of their family and kids and that. Which they are. I mean, they're quite a beamy boat for their length, and with wonderful accommodations. With the two separate staterooms, and you've got a wonderful settee berth in the center of the cabin that makes a great sea berth with a lee cloth out in the ocean. I've even used put the cockpit cushions Sorry, we're doing a little navigating here. Yeah. I've even put the cockpit cushions in adverse conditions in the utility room back aft on the starboard side, and it makes a wonderful seaway berth back there, sleeping on the cockpit cushions on the floor in the utility room. But again, the boat has demonstrated to me a wonderful sea kindliness in the ocean. We've been out in the Gulf Stream in a lot of weather, both northbound and, well, I haven't gone southbound because we hug the coast to keep out of the stream when we're southbound. But definitely northbound, and we've had some thunder squalls, 40, 50 knots there. Nothing that the boat can't handle at all. I mean, the original design and concept of the boat, of course, was very sea kindly, a great passage making boat that you can step aboard and go to the cross the Atlantic to the Mediterranean to the Caribbean, out through the canal.
And that's one of the standout features of the boat is how it's how comfortable it is out at sea.
Yeah, and of all the years, I've done 25,000 miles in the boat in the last 3 years. And again, my experience with all the boating I've done, 100,000 miles on the 80-foot keel 3 across mostly up and down the Pacific, the Caribbean, the Eastern Seaboard, the Atlantic. I would put the Island Packet 439 against the big 3 that I would consider as ocean passage-making boats. That'd be a Halberg Rassie, a Swan, an Oyster, under 50 feet. I would put the Island Packet 439 up against those 3 boats any day of the week. I think it's great value, but it's sea kindiness. The equipment, both on the deck, the sail handling equipment, the sails, the sail plan, and then everything below, with the refrigerator and freezers, the rigid boat ones, the air conditioning that we talked about earlier, the 12-volt air conditioning, the 8 kW generator there. Wonderful, wonderful equipment on the boats. Really top class, really is. They seems like they've spared no expense. The Raymarine navigation equipment that comes with the boats is wonderful. The toilets on the boat, the 2 heads, they have a freshwater flushing system, and at the flick of a switch in the ocean you can change over to the salt water. There's lots and lots of built-in features on the boats like that that make these boats just a cut above the mass-produced boats that there are.